Alright, what is going on YouTube? Today I'm here with a brand new series, Geographic Profiles of the United States and Around the World. Today we're doing United States Geography, so let's get started. Glasses off. Alright, overview. We're going to do the physical geography, the climate, natural hazards, the United States climate as it kind of stands today, what's going on, land use and resources, as well as the future climate in the United States. Here we have a topographical map of the United States. If you want, you can zoom in. It shows you the different regions, the Northeast, the Southeast, the Midwest, the West, Southeast, Hawaii, Alaska, and yeah, all the areas. We got down here, right around here, is the Appalachian Mountains, the second largest mountain range in the United States. Here is the Colorado Rockies. And as well as you have your coast all through Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, the Carolinas, all the way up, as well as California. And you get the Great Mississippi River right here, Gulf of Mexico to our south, the Atlantic Ocean to our east, and the Pacific Ocean to our west. Also, to our north, we have the country of Canada, and to our south, Mexico, and southeast, we have Cuba, Puerto Rico, and all that shiznaz. Okie doke. Here is a topographical map of the United States of America. This just shows you the elevation throughout the country. As you can see, the west is very mountainous. The least mountainous parts would be the coasts in California, Oregon. And you can see the low coast, the very actually low coast of Florida, the Carolinas, Louisiana, Texas, all that. You can see highlighted here the Appalachian Mountain Ranges that goes through Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas, West Virginia, and New York. And you can see the Mississippi River Basin right here. And that's about it for topograph. This just tells you, okay, so I guess that would be the Rocky Mountain region. Okay, so yeah, this is just what I said earlier, the different regions. Here's kind of what I explained, but in more detail. You can go ahead and zoom in if you need to. I will for you. Here you got, on the East Coast, you have the Appalachian Mountains, which stretch from Maine all the way down to, I think, Tennessee, actually to the north of Mississippi or something like that. Up in New York, near Buffalo, you have Niagara Falls, bordering Lake Erie, and Canada. To the north of that, you have the Andorra Mountains, White Mountains, and Green Mountains around Maine. Blue Ridge Mountains, Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. You have the Coastal Plain in Florida, Texas, all that. Mississippi River Delta here in New Orleans is very prone to flooding and hurricanes. Central lowlands of Louisiana and Indiana, which is also contains part of the Ohio River Valley. We've got the Missouri River that flows into the Mississippi, River Delta. Now you know. Bronx River here in Texas, Guadalupe Mountains in southeast Rio Grande, Texas. The Unicona Escato, I don't know what the hell that is. Some mountain range over here in New Mexico. Laramie Mountains, Black Hills, Bighorn Mountains, Lewis Range, all in the west, the Rocky Mountain Range. Beaumont Mountains, Crater Lake, Cascadias, Oregon, and Washington. As well as you have San Joaquin Valley in California, takes up most of the state. Coastal ranges throughout Death Valley, Sierra Nevada, the Grand Canyon, Salt Lake City, or Salt Lakes, the Pointland Desert, and the White Sand, Sonora Desert, Mojave Desert, and Mount Whitney. That's about it. And you got the Columbia River, and yeah, that kind of in the Great Lakes, Michigan, Superior, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. Okay, that kind of just gives everything. And the Everglades in Florida, don't forget about Lake Chattahoochee or whatever it's called. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, we gotta run it back. Enjoy this. Zoom in. Okay, moving on. Still on physical geography. Here's going to be. Hopefully it doesn't. You mother. Hold on. I didn't even realize I could have just paused this. Here's just going to be a quick slideshow showing the various parts of the U.S. This is, I believe, the Colorado Mountains, Colorado Rocky Mountains. Rocky Mountains, Nags Head, North Carolina, Plains of Carolina, Coastal Plains, Everglades, Florida, the Great Plains of Oklahoma, and here we're going to talk about the various natural hazards and disasters that occur in the United States. Those include, but not limited to, hurricanes, tornadoes, Tornado Alley, floods, earthquakes in the west, as well as sparsely in different areas. Those are the main ones. Landslides, all the regular jizz or jazz. So hurricanes often hit Florida and such. With that, they bring floods and earthquakes in California. Here is a geothermal resource map of the United States. This is just hydrothermal sites. I just threw this in just for some, I guess, something. So a lot of activity is over there in the Yellowstone National Park out west, and then the Rocky Mountains. A lot of geothermal activity out there, not much out east. Now, that's just a little bit about land use. Land use, I think that my slide for that is not there, but I'll just say a lot of agriculture is used throughout much of the United States, and coal, oil. We have large deposits all over the United States of oil, but we do not use them because we'd rather buy from Saudi Arabia, Russia, stuff like that. Not right now, Russia. We can't because whatever. But yeah, lots of natural resources in the United States, but we do not obtain, I'd say, at least the majority of them, because we just would rather buy from other countries because I think it's cheaper to have somebody else do your work for you. Land use and resource. Okay, the future environment and climate of the United States and projections. Now, it is predicted the sea level will rise like 10, 20 feet over the next 100 or so years, and the lower portion, maybe more, of Florida will be completely underwater. Bye-bye, Florida, or at least Miami. Miami's done. Miami's toast. So that's going to be like a cool video game or something where you can just ride around in a boat through the city. Going to be like the new Venice, Miami. Peace out, Girl Scout. It's also going to occur in other places like Louisiana, Texas, the Carolinas as well. As you can see by this map here, if the sea level were to rise about 20 feet in these areas in the red in the southeastern U.S., they would all be underwater, and that is all of the southern tip of Florida, including Miami. New Orleans completely got smoked in Hurricane Katrina. The Carolinas would be affected somewhat too. Here is another hazard. Future extreme weather here in the U.S. has been getting extremely hot. They're saying global warming or just natural cycles of the earth. Out west, it's extremely hot throughout the entire United States of America. Especially out west, it's just 100 degrees every day in the summer, and massive droughts cause wildfires. And if you have been paying attention to the news, there's drought. I don't know if it's exactly a drought in Canada, but there's massive wildfires in Canada. Here in southeastern, aka an hour south of Pittsburgh, we're getting smoke from the Canadian wildfires right now. I had some videos on that. I would include it if I would have known at a time. But yeah, so to recap that, sea level rise, extreme weather rise, more tornadoes, larger tornadoes, more destructive tornadoes, bigger, badder, worse hurricanes than we've ever seen year after year, multiple year. Yeah, so, and extreme heat. So I think that's going to be all for this episode of the geography of the United States. Not next week, but the following week, I'm going to do the geography of Pennsylvania. I figured I'd start with the United States today and do an overview, and then we'll get specific to Pennsylvania because a lot of the people are probably going to watch this from Pennsylvania that know me in real life. So that'll be a good one. Look out for the People's Podcast on Friday. Uploaded it at some point. Probably recording that tomorrow, hopefully. My guest is going to show up or something like that. People's Podcast is politics and news. I uploaded my first International Wednesdays yesterday. So if you would like to know international news, world affairs, take a look at that on my channel, on this channel. Not this week, but next week, which I don't know. I have a historic Mondays. I'm going to be going from the wars starting at the early America all the way up until modern day. I'm going to start with the French and Indian Wars. I'm going to go all the way up to French and Indian to right before World War One, the Spanish-American Wars. That'll be one part. And then I'm going to skip over World War One and Two for a reason. I'm going to do from Korea to modern day wars of Ukraine and Russia, and it'll be a big special at the end of all Russia, Ukraine. So that'll be Historic Mondays every 2 weeks for GeoProfiles, aka Geography Overview, whatever, and as well as Historic Mondays. So Monday I will have a history video on the French and Indian Wars. Maybe get that together here soon. Stay tuned for Geographic Profiles doing Pennsylvania, and have many more different countries to go. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned on Monday for Historic Profiles. Peace on the streets. Where's my glasses? I got them. So, alright, bro.